told y'all, thought I told y'all, thought I told y'all. Yeah.
Christian hip-hop's identity crisis. You know, I've been seeing it for a while, and I think it's hitting a head right now with Lecrae departing from Christian hip-hop, and you know, he's been doing it for a while now. I think it's a large reason why Christian hip-hop feels a bit confused right now, because Lecrae came up known as a Christian hip-hop artist, and he was the head of it, and now that he's making a conscious effort to really get out of that box, as he would call it, we have seen a decline in Christian hip-hop with the attraction that people have to it. So with Lecrae's departure of Christian hip-hop, we're left with a whole group of younger people who mostly looked up to him as their figurehead, and they see him going mainstream, so naturally they want to go mainstream. So now, which that has also created a divide between the people who are very, very pro-God, talk about God every second line, and then the people who want to be more socially acceptable and have their music sounding more worldly. And it's created this kind of rift, whether it's talked about or not, where there's the Christian hip-hop artists who aspire to be known by mainstream people, and then there's the ones who just want to get God out. And also that with different views on Christianity, so Calvinists, Arminians, all the different kind of theologies, that does have a bit of a rift. More with the old people though. I don't think the young people care about it as much. And with all those combined, it's kind of left Christian hip-hop in a weird space. You know, with music genres, you always have to have a figurehead, and I know some people might disagree with that, but it's just true. Drake is, I guess he's not full rap, but you've got those big figureheads of rap who, if you took them away, it kind of leave an empty space there. So you have all the big ones right now, so Drake, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Kanye West, and then you have the older ones, or the GOATs as some people call them, and without that framework there, we're kind of left a bit empty. So Lecrae, he's probably by far the biggest figurehead. There are other big names, but they're not as relevant as Lecrae. They don't come out with stuff as much as Lecrae. I'm referring to all the other Reach Records artists, so Tripoli, KB, Tadashi, now Garvey, and Aha Gazelle. And now that he's gone and the others are kinda in between, because you know, Tripoli's a pastor, KB is, I don't know what's happening with KB. Been waiting for a while for his latest stuff to come out. But, you know, Tadashi, you don't really see much of him in the public light too much. I mean, he does have some hits, like Jumped Out the Whip, and the latest one's Free, like I've heard that quite a bit on the radio. But he's not as much of a public figure as Lecrae is, and when he's out of the picture, it kind of leaves us in a weird space. You know, we've got people rising up very quickly, like NF. He's become, I guess, a rival in a way to Lecrae. Obviously his music style is pretty different, but I guess since Lecrae is distancing himself away from Christian hip-hop more, NF's probably gonna become more that figurehead, even though he's kind of in the same space where he's just a rapper who wants to be Christian. You know, he goes down that line of thinking. You know, it's kind of left us in a weird space. We've got all these upcoming artists. I think I went over some of them in my top 10 video, like Brasel, No Big Deal or Dill. You know, I kind of slept on him for a bit, and then I listened to Canopy. It's very, very high quality project. All these new artists, their quality is very, very high, and there is a bit of a vacuum there. And it's just a really weird space at the moment. We don't have an identity as Christian hip-hop. We've also got people like Chance the Rapper, Kendrick Lamar, with Chance the Rapper getting the Grammy. And do we consider them Christian artists? Kendrick Lamar talking about putting out a new album with God as the center. Do we consider that a Christian album if it's got a lot of cursing in it and sexual themes? And you know, the younger generation tends to go towards consider them Christian, and then all the old people who are probably more educated about the Bible, they're more on the side of not considering it Christian. And you know, I've seen a big trend with a lot of these new artists, and I do kind of pinpoint it with them following Lecrae, and Lecrae did kind of address it on Twitter saying that these people are trying to go mainstream who are Christians and trying to reach the mainstream by going mainstream, but they don't have the spiritual maturity. And oh man, a lot of these new artists, they sound so worldly in their music, and it really does sound like they want to be a mainstream rapper, but they're kind of held back by being a Christian. You know, I don't really see a way we can fix this at the moment, honestly, because we either need a new figurehead of Christian hip-hop, because largely Lecrae was ambassador for Christian hip-hop in a way. Every time he goes to a radio station, people always ask him about being a Christian, and now it's kind of turned into he's just a man of faith, which it's kind of a cop-out in a way. But I guess I'll let that slide. But let me know your thoughts on that. It's a very interesting time in Christian hip-hop. And now go and check out some of my other videos. Lecrae's new album release, NF's new album release. I got a few videos on that, on their unreleased songs. And I've also got a video on Chance the Rapper and him being a Christian, or is he good for Christians after his Grammy performance. Go and check that out. And yeah, I've got quite a few videos up now, so go and check out those. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you want to see more. I'm almost at 250. I've grown very fast, and I just want to thank you all for that. I almost say that at the end of every video now, but yeah, thank you guys. Hopefully we get to 1,000 soon. And I haven't been reading comments as much lately because of a lot of negative comments on the older videos, like problems with Christian hip-hop, is NF prideful. So I tend to not look at comments as much, only the latest videos, so I'll definitely be looking through the comments on this video and replying to as many as I can. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.